Cover center page, yeah, I'm on till I'm not, cuz most friends wanna see you popped instead of prosper.
Let's get into it, man. So obviously this is a quad focus leg day. We really got after it today. So obviously we go some lightweight here. Just really try and warm up, call it a feeler set, whatever you want to call it. Just try to get some good depth, warm up the hips, warm up the knees and joints, things like that. There is something I want to talk about with my form here, but I will save it for next clip. On to Debo. So he's getting some decent depth here. Again, just warming up, getting a good feel for the bar. It's been a while, I think, since we did a high bar squat. But guess who's back? Rhino, baby. So he had a lot of anxiety when he heard we were squatting. And it's just always cool to see him face his fears. Been working out with him for about a year now, and I've seen him overcome a lot. Good stuff, Rhino. Now we are loading up for our second feeler set. So back to what I was talking about with my form. See how my hips roll under right there every time I go down. You don't really want that. So, it just kind of puts a lot of pressure on your disc, gives up my neutral spine. So that's why it's always beautiful recording your lifts. You get to go back, kind of have some film study, see what you got to work on. So we'll keep that in mind for next time. But here's Debo in his second feeler set. Obviously, we got to work on the depth. But overall, core stay tight. Yeah. Here's Rhino. So never seen Rhino put 225 on a bar. That's not a box squat. So good job again, Rhino. Oh yeah, shout out Blue Chew. Now into our first working set. So I say 2 sets, 6 to 8. Really, it's 2 sets to failure. So what that means to me is, it starts getting really hard around 6 reps, usually failing around, you should be complete failure by 8 reps. So here again, just really try to focus on depth, bracing my core, deep breath in, slow exhale out as you go up, and just get some real solid quality reps here. So I do think by my last 2 reps, man, I completely blacked out. I didn't know where I was, but just had to get out that hole. Just stand up, man. Ain't nothing but some weight.
Fucking one plate. All good though. We'll do a variation.
So what we were laughing about, there were some people just laying on the leg press. That's what we were going to get into. And they were just wasting time. So we just did another variation, Smith machine squats. As you can see, I have a very close, narrow stance. I actually have heels elevated that you can't see on a plate there, but just getting a feeler set here. So Debo does have a bit of a wider stance, but overall he does still have a narrow stance. This just puts a lot of tension on the quads, very quad focused, which is obviously the goal for this workout. So really want to just try to focus on depth and get into these working sets. I know it's only 135 on a Smith machine, but after squatting 3 plates for 2 sets to failure, this felt extremely heavy. But once again, at the end of the day, ain't nothing but some weight. So there you can see I just started hitting some pause reps. Just get in the hole, get out. By the end of these, I'm not going to lie, my quads were on fire. These are not fun. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. These are not fun. But Debo, very controlled reps, great depth. We love to see it, man.
It's done. I tried. It's done.
All right. So here we are in our second working set. Same thing, man. Just focus on that depth. I did say that these are not fun, but I do stand by them. I just feel like I can get a great range of motion with a narrow stance. Great variation if leg press isn't available or if you don't have leg press at your gym. Try these out. As much as I say they are not fun, I do feel they played a big part in my quads blowing up over the last year or so. And even though the weight wasn't too heavy, you can feel these for sure. But now moving on. So we started going over to anyways, yeah. So we were going to go over to leg extensions, but someone was just sitting on that machine as well. So we went to calf raises. Now, I did break my leg about a year ago, so I love doing calf raises because I feel like I can get such a good stretch and some mobility back in my ankle. But as I was saying, good stretch, good squeeze at the top, try and pump some blood in there. In all honesty, if you don't know, calves are pretty much genetic. So you can work at your calves every single day. They are the hardest, if not impossible, most impossible muscle to grow, but doesn't mean you should just disregard them. So go hit them calves. Devo getting a little definition in there, man. Good to see. Ryan got on here, started cramping. Here he is trying to tell us about his cramp. Sat there for 20 minutes. Here he is, still cramping. But after about 40 minutes, he got his set in. So good stretch, Rhino. Good squeeze. Good seeing his definition coming in as well. But here's a bit of a different angle. So right here, I am actually just kind of sitting at the bottom, letting that weight rest again because it just feels great on my ankle. But yeah, not too much volume here. Just did 2 sets to failure. So obviously the weight isn't super heavy, but just tried going as many reps as possible, man. Try and get blood in there. And it's been awesome to see the definition coming in over the last year or so. At this point, someone else was on the leg extension machine, so we just did some single leg presses. Weight wasn't too heavy. I think we did about 60 pounds. Just 2 sets to failure. I will be honest with you, with doing this many sets to failure, it is a bit much. Probably wouldn't recommend this much volume. But again, I wasn't really trying to just be standing around while other people were on the leg extension machine. So just wanted to keep the blood in there. So that's why we just went pretty light. Just really focused on good stretch, good squeeze, like you hear me say all the time. But I had to hop back in here because Rhino was over there talking to somebody. Like I said, wasn't trying to be standing around. So I don't know where Rhino is. So Devo and I hopped in here, just knocked these out. And the great news is by the time we were done, bow. Yes, sir. Our machine finally opened up. So at this point, don't necessarily really need to do a feeler set, but we did do a feeler set, just decently heavy weight to get a good feel for the machine. So Derek actually went single leg here. He had to try and show off whatever. No, he thinks he gets a better feeling in his quads when he does single leg, which I totally get, totally understand, and can partially agree with. So Rhino came back. He also hit single leg. I'm going to get into that in a second. So here we are, hopping into our first working set. Now you see at the top, I am hitting a pause. Now I have done these all different kinds of ways. I've gone full stack and I'm just kind of kicking it up. I don't know, man. I didn't really want to do that here. Just decently heavy weight. At this point, my legs felt like they were bleeding and being stabbed anyways. So yeah, just try to go to failure. Good squeeze, hit a little pause at the top. You can see all that blood rushing in there and getting out of there.
I ain't noticed. As soon as I pour my drink, I feel my boldness. Lean on potions, thought I control this. As soon as I fall asleep and I'm in
So, not to shit on Rhino, but can you see here how he's just kind of kicking the weight up? He's not really controlling it. So right here, you can see he's slowed down, a little more control of the weight, and not just trying to kick it up.
doing things all for my dogs. All that I speak from my heart, tell you nothing for myself. Me and my sis had this talk. If I knew me, no one else would I build me from the start. What I said is for the hell of it. I make all this art, put myself inside the sand of it. Watch what I pull out. Yeah. Life we lose more people than we actually gain. Truth is, just gotta make sure.
Legs cooked, man. Made it today.
Yeah.
Devo made it today. Almost didn't make it, man. See if I can even flex these. I can't even flex my shit.
But I ain't noticed.
Yeah. Can't even flex these babies, man. Oh my God.
Cover center page, yeah, I'm on till I'm not, cuz most friends wanna see you popped instead of prosper.